I'm creating this video to inform you guys about the problems that we as foreign students face when we come out of our own countries to study outside. And I also want to give hope to other students like me who are also studying outside their own countries. And I also like to encourage people that if you have the opportunity or you are interested in studying outside your own country, don't be afraid. I'll also explain more stuff as the videos go. So please stay tuned and please keep on watching so that you can get the information about whatever I'm coming to explain, because actually I think this video is very important for people of people who are interested in coming out of their countries to study, or whether you are in another country trying to study or trying to follow your teachers to cope with lessons and stuff like that. I think this video is very important, so please stay tuned. Hello guys, so yeah, this is the first time I'm taking my exam in a foreign language. I feel really excited, but not in a good way, because it's kind of scary, like taking an exam in someone else's language, a language that you've been newly introduced to. It's not that easy, but I'm going to try my best. And I'm also going to take you guys throughout the process, like throughout the day, how it's going and stuff like that. I hope you enjoy the video, guys. This is how I ended up in this situation. In the third year of my high school, my general manager introduced me and my friends to the Turkish government scholarship. So we all applied to the Turkish government scholarship, and some of us had it by God's grace. So I am currently in Turkey with some of my friends too, and I am studying mechanical engineering, as I already mentioned. Okay, now let's get back to the original video. I also forgot to mention this. Actually, if you're also interested in this scholarship, you can check my old videos. Among my old videos, I had some videos where I spoke about the scholarship, how to apply for it, and other things. So you can check out my old videos. You see information about that one. Let's continue with the video, guys. So as you all can see, I'm currently on the way. The road kind of looks, how will I say it, not crowded. There's few people on the road. I'm just excited. I don't know, because it seems like everyone is already ahead. Maybe most of them are already at the examination hall, and I may be a little bit late, but we just pray that everything goes well. I felt really great in this moment because I was very close to the university. I felt really nervous at this time because I thought no bus would come for me, but finally one came for me, thank God. This is the mechanical engineering department's building and also my examination center. So I was also very excited at this point because I saw that I was close to my exam. Okay, so I'm not going to lie that the exam was so terrible, but I'm not also going to lie that it was so good. Like, actually, I was able to do some things, so I really thank God for that. But man, I really don't know how the outcome is going to be. Whether it's going to be super great, whether it's going to be normal, whether it's going to be terrible. I don't really know, because exams are normally like that. Like sometimes you expect something very great and then it comes out very terrible. Sometimes you expect something very terrible and then God just makes it for you and it comes out really great. So I'm just hoping for the best. I just hope it goes well. But actually with the questions, they were not so terrible, because actually some of these terms the teachers have been using it in class, and we also have something called Google Translate. So I use that a lot, and sometimes I find the meaning of those things in English. So it wasn't so bad. So I actually, when I entered the exam and I saw the questions, I saw that there was no need for so much, how would I call it, so much nervousness. Yeah, like I was just getting over nervous, but it wasn't really necessary, because I noticed that the questions weren't things that I couldn't handle. They were actually much easier than I thought, even though they were still very difficult. I think they were like, actually the exam was a technical drawing exam, and there were like three questions. The first question was about a drawing, the second question was also a drawing, then the third question were just optional questions, objective questions, so we had to choose the correct answers among so many options and stuff like that. But it wasn't so terrible, because actually I also had the textbook, and actually the objective questions were taken from the textbook, so I think that really helped me, guys. Yeah, so I think I'll just advise that you guys just for those who are also in the same situation as me, just take the teachers very serious, like just listen to them in class and stuff like that. Even if you are not understanding, you can use Google Translate to translate words that you don't understand, and then Google Translate gives you the meanings of the words in the languages that you understand. So yeah, just try to do that, and I think it will help a lot. And also do not just rely on the teachers alone, because for example, the objective test questions that came were actually from the textbook, and actually last night I went through the textbook, so I think that actually helped me a lot in the exam. So what I'll advise is that if you are also in the same situation as me, just try going through the textbook a number of times. If you don't understand words, it's not like it's an exam. You can just take your phone, do the the translate, try to get the meaning of that word in the language you understand, and then hopefully it comes out the way you wish it does, God willing. As an addition to this video, I'd like to add some extra things about studying outside your own country, studying in a foreign language, or studying in English or in a language familiar to you but studying in another country. Yes, I would like to add some information about these things. So the first thing I would like to mention is that do not be afraid of coming out of your country to study in another country, whether it's in a foreign language or in your own language, but do not be afraid of coming out of your country, because what I would say is that actually it's basically the same thing as studying in your country, but just that the environment is different from your country. Maybe you've come out to another land, maybe the skin color of the land where you are, the skin color of the people who are in the land where you are is different or something like that, but that's all. They are all still human beings. Right now we are in the age of technology. We have our telephones, we have our mobile phones, we have our laptops. We are able to communicate with our parents from afar, with our friends from afar. So I don't think there's so much problem with you coming out of your own country to study in another language. I don't think there's a problem with that. If you are going to study in another language, what I advise is that you just simply have to learn the language of those people. So for example, I am currently in Turkey and I had to study the Turkish language for 1 year, because it was very, very important that I learned it. Because if I didn't learn this language, how will I be able to understand the teachers? So I had to basically learn the language. And even if you think that it's not going to be of benefit, since maybe your course is in English or something like that, I'll still advise that you learn the language, because you need a language to communicate to the people. You cannot just come out of your own country and say you are not going to communicate with anyone. That's not possible, because you are even going to buy stuff outside and you are going to communicate with the cashiers. So basically it's very, very important that you learn the language of the people when you come out of your country, even if it's not totally learning the language. Like, let's say you just learn some few words, some few expressions that are very important in the language, and I'm telling you that it will be very, very beneficial for you. One thing I also like to mention is that yes, after you are done learning the language, even though you've learned the language and you are ready to start your university, when you start with your first classes, it may seem like you are not really understanding your lecturers, you are not understanding your teachers. They are explaining a lot, maybe they are really explaining very well, but because of the language barrier, you are not understanding. I'm just here to tell you that do not worry about this, because actually it's very normal. Since you are not used to listening to this language in a much higher level, because the lecturers in the university are more likely to use advanced grammar and advanced use of the language and stuff like that. So don't worry about this. As time goes on, you will notice that you get used to the terminologies that they use, and you notice that things become easier. So that's what I would just like to advise. I remember the first times that my first days in class, oh my god, it was crazy. Like, I felt like giving up. I felt so down, because I was like, what is the teacher explaining? Like, I wasn't really understanding much of what the teacher was explaining. But I noticed that as time went on, wow, I was getting to understand. And now it's better. Now I'm able to understand much of it. So I just advise that you also have to put in the effort as time goes on. You have to research about the terminologies that your teachers use and stuff like that, because the terminologies are very important. Otherwise, if you don't do this, you notice that the teacher, yes, is explaining and is using a lot of these terminologies, but you are not understanding because of those basic terminologies that they are using. So I advise that please try and put in the effort and just continue. Don't give up. Don't think that your teachers, like, don't think that you never understand your teachers. No, you would, but it just takes time to understand them. Basically, I think that's how everything in life is. If you've watched up to this point, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I also hope that this video was actually beneficial to you. I hope it gave you some form of motivation, some kind of courage, because that's the main reason why I am doing this video. I hope it finds you well, and I just hope it was beneficial for you. If you want more videos like this, you can tell me in the comment section. If you are interested in subscribing to, I would like that you do. I'll really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much, and please like the video too if you want to like it. I just hope that it was beneficial for you, and that's the main aim of this video. I hope to see you guys another time in another video. I'm planning to post another video this week again, either this week or next week, so you can subscribe for more content. Thank you very much again, and see you guys later.